out of a little bit on the softer side. But let's get some more perspective and strategy for the markets. Our Sreesankar, Head Institution Equities at Prabhudas, Lilladher is joining in today. Sri, morning. Thanks for taking the time out today.
Good morning.
And well, what a rally the markets have been enjoying the last couple of sessions. Once again, markets are hovering around fresh record highs. Do you expect this momentum to actually take a pause, or we're in a prolonged, we're in an extended, rally mode that the markets have been seeing over the last few days?
Again, the markets have gone to a new territory. Let me say that it's an uncharted territory so far.
Sure.
So when you are in this territory, so you probably would see newer highs keep coming up, and as long as the buying momentum continues, which we have been seeing, so probably the opportunity for the markets to reach a newer high is very much there. Now, that's number one. Number two, and what is the time frame of this rise that you are expecting to see? Is it going to be in the next 6 months or 3 months, etc.? Or all of it has happened in the last 1 month? If you believe that it has happened in the last 1 month, and that has been pretty fast, then the chances are that there should be some kind of a speed breaker ahead, i.e. a correction probably would come in, selling at higher levels. Number three, if you look at the valuations, valuations for the historic multiple for the Nifty, even if you take it, the markets have gone into 10 to 12% premium, let me put it across, over a longer term average. Now, when it goes into a premium to that extent, you will also see that the price earning multiples for a lot of those stocks, and especially if you look at enterprise value per ton for a lot of cement stocks, all starts to go up on the wrong side of what is the replacement cost even today. So once this number starts going up, then you start questioning what is the upside left. So all these questions today are unanswered, but what remains is strong buying and strong momentum, and that euphoria continuing. Let's not forget it. One of the interesting points of the last quarter results has been a lot of companies have actually seen their raw material costs continuing to remain low.
Sure.
And as a result of it is the expansion in their margins, which has been pretty positive.
Sure.
So if you believe that this raw material cost continues to remain low, then you've got a good story still to continue.
All right, Sri, just hold that thought. I want to quickly mention the way markets are going to, the market opening in a couple of seconds from now. I'm going to come back and discuss more stocks with you.
Today's market opening is brought to you by Omega.
All right, the pre-open was suggesting markets could see a little bit of a softer start. Let's get the market opening going and see how the benchmark indices have opened up. The Sensex down 15 to 30 points is what we're seeing as far as the benchmark index is concerned. So it's a little bit slow, and what's losing out is Infi. That one's down 1% straight away on opening, and ITC also seeing a little bit of a cut along with some of the metal names, Tata Steel, Sesa Sterlite. Keep an eye on Hindalco and JSPL as well. Hindalco is down by nearly 0.6% is what we're tracking right now. Now, what else is moving? Tata Motors, that one's trading marginally negative. ICICI Bank, you got Bharti as well, seeing some bit of a weakness today and in negative territory. Sorry for that. Talk about some of the gainers then. You've got Tata Power holding on, M&M, Hero Moto, ONGC again in positive, 0.2% higher. TCS, we were tracking the analyst meet takeaways there, 0.5% higher on that one. Maruti and Sun Pharma, Cipla on the back of the tie-up is up 1%, is what we're tracking so far. But well, on the index, still down 42 points on the Sensex. Let's get the Nifty going quickly. We'll address that one for you as well. The Nifty 50 odd points lower, 815 weight, 23 gaining, 27 losing out. Well, the market's finally just taking that little bit of a breather after yesterday's huge rally as well. Let's get the names going. On the gainer side, you've got Power Grid, Cipla, Ultratech, USL and Ambuja that's holding, while DLF, there you go, JSPL and Sesa Sterlite. These are two counters to watch out for. Sesa Sterlite is down 1. Infi and HCL Tech are also seeing a little bit of a cut. But also down 15 to 16 points down, and markets just seeing that little bit of a slow start after that yesterday's huge rally and record high session.
All right, let's take a look at some of the mid-caps as well and how they're doing at this point of time. Let's just look that up for you. We've got mid-caps, of course, up as well, marginally in trade today. Stocks such as Bhushan Steel have actually opened higher. India Bulls Power continued its up move as well. We've got a Phoenix Mills up 3% today. Prestige Estates is looking good this morning as well with a 3% up move so far. SKF, Godfrey Phillips, TVS, of course, also going to be included on the derivative front from tomorrow. SKS Microfinance, again for the same reason. Hathway, Natco Pharma, some of the regular suspects on that list. Some of the mid-cap cement counters are actually buzzing about as well. So those are trading higher today. PVR also is on the higher side, as is a Just Style. Let's take a look at the downside. Some cuts coming in a Torrent Power. A Nalco is trading lower. Torrent Pharma also down in trade. GMR and IRB were buzzing yesterday, so cooling off today. Some of those infra names. NIT Tech is also on the downside right now in trade. So marginal movements coming in on either side, but overall it's still positive when it comes to the mid-cap pack right now. All right, Sri, one of the areas that we've been looking at today also closely is the oil and gas pack, and I just want to get a sense from you on what you're tracking from there. Of course, with oil prices cooling off and pressure on under recovery is expected to ease, we have seen a bounce back in some of these stocks. What's looking good to you from that pack?
See, at the end of the day, one needs to take a call on oil prices, which is very difficult at this stage. Oil prices have gone probably to one of the lowest levels we have seen for a long time. And that has also been hugely beneficial for the country as a whole, because it has saved us from a current account deficit increasing quite a lot. Now, what needs to be wait and seen is how the oil prices will behave going forward. In that environment, how the entire oil companies will be impacted, whether the cross subsidies or the huge subsidies that they have today to bear, will that continue at that point of time, or will the government move to a free pricing mechanism, or allow them to pass on some of these things? So as long as you don't see that happening, or a clear-cut direction doesn't come from there, and you may see the bounce up when the oil prices fall, when the under recoveries get reduced, these stocks move up, and when that corrects, it will come down. So you need to look this more as a trading-oriented stocks till the time you see a clear-cut direction.
All right, just a quick reminder, since we're talking about the oil and gas counters, we're going to be discussing the outlook for business with the ONGC chairman, DK Saraf. He's going to be joining in live on In Business at 9:30 a.m. today. All right, so that's as far as ONGC is concerned on the outlook on that counter. But a couple of the weaker ones there, JSPL now down almost 2% is what we're seeing. Hindalco 1% lower. Sri, are you concerned about how this could actually play out and what kind of risk these two counters have? Because we're counting down to the Supreme Court judgment itself. But what are your thoughts when we talk about Hindalco and JSPL, Sri?
I think we need to wait for the judgment to come and then take a look at what impacts are going to be there. I don't want to shoot in thin air right now by offering a comment on it. It's going to have huge implications not only for these two companies but also for a large number of others, those 46 entities which is involved.
The IT space as well, Sri, we've been tracking that one in terms of what kind of takeaways we've picked up from analysts as far as TCS is concerned. Any thoughts there in terms of TCS or some of the other IT majors as well, Sri?
See, our view on IT has been pretty straightforward. We continue to believe that, and our analysts is very strongly believing that the demand environment in the US continues to remain robust. And as it is, and IT is one of our preferred sectors, despite what is happening around in the general economy, and the general economy stocks have been moving. But you would have seen that Infosys and Wipro has been underperformers during this period. We continue to like both these stocks among the large caps as well. So we see IT not purely from a currency angle, but from a demand environment angle remaining very strong.
Anything from the cement majors that you like, Sri? Once again up, they've in fact been moving consistently.
See, we have liked cement companies, and we have had in Ramco, JK Lakshmi, etc. in our top picks. Now, the kind of rally these stocks have had makes us go back to the analyzing table yet again to look at it. What is the kind of an upside forward that we can visualize for these stocks from these levels? That's something which we are doing right now, and once we are done with it, we'll come back with our recommendations. Yes, to answer your question straight away, We had Ramco and JK Lakshmi Cement in our top picks, and both have done quite well.
All right, since we're talking about some of the mid-cap names, the mid-cap index is once again in positive, 0.3% higher, so the outperformance there continues compared to the benchmark. And Apollo Tyres once again is up almost 3% is what we're seeing. CEAT is up almost 6%, JK Tyres 4%. All right, so the entire tire manufacturer basket is once again seeing a fair bit of rally. Sri, since we're talking about the mid-cap space, this one clearly as a theme has managed to stand out. Your thoughts when we talk about some of these auto ancillaries or even specifically these tire manufacturers?
I mean, earlier in the show, we did speak about some of the raw material costs remaining low, benefiting a lot of companies. I think if you look at tire manufacturers, that's one of the reasons. Tire has got both natural rubber as well as a crude derivative which goes into their production. And in both cases, which has remained low, has actually going to benefit these companies. But what is going to be wait and seen is how the demand environment will continue to remain robust, no questions about it. But every tire manufacturer has been increasing its capacities. So if there is an excess capacity and if people start producing more and starting to push into the market, the margins may not see a large kind of an increase. That's something one needs to watch out for. But the big positive is the raw material for the tire companies continues to come down, and we are at probably a 5-year, 6-year low in terms of rubber prices.
Right. Sri, your top picks, the top stocks on your radar in the near term.
See, we have had our topics for last month, and when we come out with our topics for this month over the next 2 to 3 days, we'll definitely share with you. Till the time we publish it, let me stick to our old topics only.
All right, fair enough. So we'll wait for those topics there. But quick thought on Cipla, the pharma pack, Sri, because that one announcing that little bit of the presence in Central to Eastern Europe is what we saw as far as Cipla is concerned. The tie-up coming in today, stocks up nearly 1.3. But are you focusing on the pharma pack here, Sri?
Yes, our analyst covers the pharma pack, and it's also Cipla is also one of the covered companies in that entire spectrum. But yeah, for sure.
All right, fair enough, Sri. We'll leave it there. Thanks so much for joining in today and getting us your thoughts and perspective in terms of markets as well as some of the stocks that are on your radar currently.
Thank you.
All right, so that's a view coming in from Prabhudas, Lilladher out there with their perspective. But well, after that, yesterday's charge, markets today are taking a little bit on the slower side. You got the Nifty down by 7 to 8 points. Sensex trading a little bit lower by 11 odd points is what we're seeing in terms of the way it's panning out. A couple of the stocks that are